What is up, y'all? This is JPS Delivers. I hope y'all are having a grand start of the week. It's Monday. I understand it sucks balls sometimes, but hey, gotta be grateful for it. But lately, I haven't made a video in a couple days. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. I've actually been working on this roster, setting it up to get the correct ages and stuff like that. Because it's is playing on an older 2K game, but it is with the new rosters. I had to change the what ends up happening is, obviously attributes are attributes and stuff when you're dealing with that and stuff, and obviously shooting, whatnot, etc., defense, what speed, whatever, that's gonna play out. But however, though, is that when you are going to deal with the likes of like the game and stuff, trying to set it up for franchise and whatever. It is a game that's 2 years old. The game is. I like the style of the game. I think the graphics are still good, high definition graphics. I've watched my videos. I've seen every video of mine and stuff, and I think the graphics are still really good. But however, the downside is with having a game that is older is that, we have the updated rosters. So it's nothing different or anything. You got the right free agents, you got the right players, you got the right ratings and stuff, overall ratings, to where I have a little bit of discrepancy when it comes to what the actual 2K does with 2K19's ratings and what I do, to where I think sometimes 2K puts a little bit too much of a video game like influence on it, to where like they're working on shit that's way above my head, and I'm sure everybody else's head for my fucking dumb ass. Like, I don't know how to make a video game, but when it comes to making accuracies, when it comes, like, to the defense and stuff like that, like, some players, for instance, let's say Russell Westbrook, he used to be better at defense, but now his rating on defense actually in real life is actually not that good. He's actually slowed down his rating as well as his shooting. Like when he's gonna shoot threes like that badly for this many years, he shouldn't have an off dribble or a 3-point shot be in like the mid 70s. It should be in the likes of like like a 65, which I changed. So stuff like that. But when we're dealing with the ages for franchise, it's a big deal compared to in season. So when you're looking at, let's say, you have a Luka Doncic. It's gonna say their age for like 1 year younger right here when it shows the draft, because I went through one of these just not drafting myself already. This is just gonna be completely raw dogging this shit. Whip it out and raw dog it for this one. This franchise. I'm gonna play with my Spurs. I want to play with my Spurs and fucking franchise, baby. I like the silver and black. It's just a cool color for me, and also too, it's a home court that I'm willing to tolerate. But I'm gonna change it up to where we have a decent amount of away games, like I always do. I don't like to play with the home team. When it comes to playoffs, you end up seeing that more often. So that's just the case. But yeah, the franchise you're gonna see in the draft, like a Luka Doncic is gonna be like 18 years old, even though he was 19 when he's drafted. But it's gonna change it when you go back to the roster. So no need to fear. The correct ages are here. With franchise, it is a big deal when you're drafting in your draft position of players and stuff. So yeah, just totally. Uh, it makes a big difference with franchise compared to season, because franchise, it's the computer is thinking in the future, which is perfectly fucking fine with me, because that's what it should be, honestly. So that's good at least. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it, y'all. I'm gonna play with the Spurs. I updated the roster to the most it is, to fully updated. I changed the ages and stuff of free agents as well. Hold on just a second. Responding to text. I'm a tool. Hold on. But yeah, going going to let's just make sure. I know I've got some OCD, but I was looking at a different screen. Mine's gotten. That's how stupid this shit your mind is after you get off the phone. But here we go. Let's set this up. Hall of Fame. Got ourselves 9 minutes. I mean, part of me when dealing with this stuff, I have 10-minute quarters or 9-minute quarters? Please, someone comment and say what you prefer. I know this is the length of videos and stuff. It's lengthy already, so it's not a big deal. We're gonna use injuries. We're not gonna use roster injuries. We're gonna have fresh off here. We're gonna have Serpentine or Serpentine. I'm pretty sure it's Serpentine. Serpent, whatever. It's fucking snake draft. That's what it is. Not fixed. There you go, Serpent. We're going to normalize play to sim minutes. We're going to have Hall of Fame difficulty, as always. And yeah, this is my GM mode. So this is going to be me running a team. We're going to see me interact with the owner, being like, listen, bitch, we're going to have to do this. I'm going to be the GM if we're going to win this championship in the next, 10 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get some shit like that. This should be fun. But yeah, you do not use roster injuries. I don't even have roster injuries anyways. I didn't see enough because also too for 2K17. Again, we're using updated rosters, but I like 2K17, and I just didn't want to pay for 2K19. But I think I'm going to have to get 2K20, which is weird to say, because they had shut off right in December 31st of 2018. They had turned off the 2K17 servers, which, go figure. It's because they're trying to get people to, to move on to the newer games, which I understand that. That's them trying to corner it. I think that sucks, but you know what? I'm not the one running their business, so who am I to tell them at the end of the day? However fucked I think that the motive is behind it ultimately. Um, to me, it's just a bunch of roster updates for the most part. But hey, when it's 3 years and changing of a gameplay, I'm down to get a new game. So 2K20, here we go. Weird ass way of hearing that 2K20 instead of like 2K13. I love that game. But yeah. So fortunately enough, I did download someone's skin of a roster for like updated rosters before that happened. So I'm able to just tweak that for the rest of the season. So that should be cool. It should be badass. Unfortunately, no one can download that. I do have like an initial one up on there, but at the same time, servers are down, so you can't even download it. That sucks. But it's all good. Spurs, baby. Um, let's go ahead and get it started with the Spurs. Sorry, sorry guys. I know my friends are gonna roll their eyes, but that's me, man. That's me. But how about let's level involvement? Oh yeah, I would say randomize owner personality, but why not have a guy who's not gonna get in my shit? So let's go ahead and start this damn draft, y'all. This should be sick. Let's see what person we end up on here. So in the first round like this, okay, we're pretty much at a couple of players. Honestly, do not mind having Bradley Beal. That's for sure. Could have a Bradley Beal on this team. Let's look for anybody young, really young. I know the likes of you have a D. Russell already drafted. Where's Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons is totally, yeah, there he is. I mean, 13th pick overall for the entire league. Joel Embiid as well. I mean, you got Nikola Jokic over there. So it's pretty cool to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to go back to check on every single one of these people drafted, but I'm not going Aldridge. This is a fucking franchise, folks. I ain't doing shit with someone. It says he's 32, but he's 33 years old. Trust me, it'll change on the menus. But I'm down with a Bradley Beal. Dude's a six shooter, 25 years old. He has room to reach more potential, possibly at the age of 90 overall. We could probably reach with him. Let's look at point guards because honestly, to me, I would prefer to have a guy who's on the outside scoring most of my points instead of like the like of a Mike Conley, Chris Paul at point guard, and those guys are too old anyways. Look at these guys; these four dudes are way too old, in my opinion, for that. And I do have a dude right here that I might go him uh, next because I mean, if you ask me, that'd be a sick team to have with De'Aaron Fox. But I like Bradley Beal because I think he'll move around, get utilized more. His speed isn't all too great, but I don't care. The guy's an amazing shooter. Um, he's gonna build upon that. I'm really getting the vibe. I mean, maybe even have Jason Tatum alongside him on my team. I think I really like that. I really like that because there's a couple centers right here that you're gonna have in the third round that eventually we're gonna get into. Uh, well, we might have to look over a couple of them because well, yeah, we'll have to look at it. But there's a couple of these just not look like in the set. So let's go ahead and get Bradley Beal. So Bradley Beal is going to be my first pick. I know, and also too, shout out to my buddy. I'm not going to give his name or anything or whatnot, just for his sake, obviously. But shout out to my buddy. This dude, I mean, I appreciate his nerdiness when it comes to sports and analytics and stuff. And he loves himself some NBA and basketball, not college basketball, because that's college basketball. It's fucking doo doo. But honestly, this man gave me the great idea of this. I listened to his some feedback of his. You know, took him like 30 hours to respond to me finally. Son of a bitch, you know what I'm talking about. You know you're listening to this whenever you're listening to this. I know you sound TikTok, motherfucker. Sent you that GIF, waiting for it. Sick ass feedback. That was a great idea, and I love it. I love it so much more than like the season modes. I'm gonna still mix in the season games as well, but I'm looking for this to be something that I can make like 100, 200 episodes of, and stuff like that. More so in the 200 episode. I want to make this like a 10-year project, technically, in the realms of the game. So awesome idea by him for that. I really, yeah, awesome, awesome idea. So when we're looking at it right here, we got the likes of, a De'Aaron Fox. I'm looking at a dude who has 6 speed. Not gonna be shooting threes with him, especially when I have the likes of like a Bradley Beal. He has 6 speed, just 6 speed. Stamina is already good. He's gonna be working the court quite a bit. He's good at teardrop. He's got teardropper and panty dropper, if you ask me. Just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, um, Jason Tatum went at right after Bradley Beal. Makes perfect sense. I understand that. Julius Randle actually went too, age of 24, but that's a 24. That's a bad man right there. So that being said, that makes perfect sense. I think when I'm looking at centers wise, I got the likes of Vucevic right there, but he's going to be 28 years old technically. Capella's going to be Capella's 24 because some of these are not going to change because their birthdays or something are not within like September or something like that. It's weird how it works, but it ended up working out well. Horford, 32 years old. I'm just staying away from that. Capella is interesting. I played with him before, so I'm kind of like I don't know if I want it that much. But he's gonna be able to do decently well at the free throw line for a big man. He's gonna be good, and he can build upon his rating a little bit at 86. But at the same time, we could go fishing later on for a postman to help us out that could do probably just as well. Pascal Siakam, his shooting a little bit. I mean, it's a little iffy. And I got the likes of Kyle Kuzma right here. I mean, I could have some Kyle Kuzma with Bradley Beal and work at getting a younger point guard and the end of the. I mean, I could have Trey Young. Man, that defense would suck balls though. That's the one thing I'd like. De'Aaron Fox, very fast dude. He's gonna be able to move the court. So he's one of my. If I'm getting a point guard now, it's De'Aaron Fox. Um, but when you're looking at later on other point guards and stuff like that, I could get DeJounte Murray, who's only 22 years old after this draft is done. You get Dennis Smith. You can get, um, I don't know if I want him necessarily, but you get Alonzo Ball, who could build upon himself to where, again, I don't need a dude who's going to be necessarily, who's going to need to shoot and stuff. I really won't need that. And I'm cool with that, honestly. For the most part, really, I am. So with that being said, I think, man, it's hard, but like when I'm thinking of it right here, because his rebounding isn't all too good. Um, I could end up getting, I got Marvin Bagley right here. Uh, as well, who Marvin Bagley is a bad man who I could really make good later on, and he can improve very well. I'm really stuck up, and this is some tough shit. I mean, these are players that I'm initially gonna have, for the next couple of years, and I'm thinking like, Kuzma's 22 years old, and he's got good badges and stuff, um, and like really, he seems like a sick player to have because he's gonna be, he's just, a fine ass shooter who's good for sure. Hmm. Let's see. don't want either of these two dudes at all. I mean, one he's gonna be 29, he's gonna be 30 after this. But damn, y'all are seeing this stuff. But yeah, we got Draymond right there. I don't want Draymond at all. You got Montrezl Harrell. I mean, for me, I'm looking at so like you got this. You got Triple J right here. Um, you've got man. This is difficult. I'm trying to find like a little bit of like oh, because to me, okay, so I'm not gonna pick for a while, and see, John Collins already went at the nice age of he's gonna be 21, but he's 20 technically at the draft time, and looking at this stuff right here. Don't want a shooting guard, obviously. I mean, Drew Holiday to 28 to make him a point guard again, because that's technically what we start off as. But, I mean, I do like me some De'Aaron Fox to set this up. Um, but as also, I'm looking at the likes of maybe DeJounte Murray and like who could play like sick ass defense on the perimeter and play, still keep my likes of Kyle Kuzma, who could play the 3 and the 4 alongside Bradley Beal on the court quite a bit. And we'll have to look at his stamina and stuff. But I mean, let's look at his potential. I mean, I put his potential like the high 80s or lower 90s. Got good stamina. Um, he's going to be able to be utilized quite well. But to me, it's kind of like, so get Kuzma. Um, I could set him up as, I mean, the thing for me is that what I could do is that I could have Bagley come off the bench and it's just some tough shit. There's some tough shit, y'all. Damn. But I say we go ahead, jump in, and get some Kyle Kuzma. Fuck it. Sorry, De'Aaron Fox. And we'll give a little highlight at the end of this round for players we're going to start seeing come off the board. And man, oh man, did 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 Bagley end up getting taken up? I'm sure he did. But let's look. First overall pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder get James, and then Kevin Durant comes off the board, then James Harden. Then Giannis is on the Clippers. Giannis going to the Clippers. I mean, that's going to be interesting to see how that team pans out for the next 5 years. He's going to be kept. Raptors get Steph Curry. The Lakers get Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is in New York. Orlando gets Anthony Davis. The Memphis Grizzlies get Kyrie Irving. The Houston Rockets get Nikola Jokic. My buddy is, I still think he's a Rockets fan no matter what he says and stuff, but I honestly feel like he might be happy to see that the Rockets got Jokic. The 76ers, what do you know? We got Joel Embiid going to the 76ers. The Brooklyn Nets got Russell Westbrook. You got Ben Simmons going to Washington. Karl Anthony Towns Cat going to the Pelicans. Porzingis will be in Minnesota. Poor Porzingis. And then the Suns got Damian Lillard. DeMarcus Cousins is going to Chicago. Luka Doncic finds himself in Portland. Uh, you got Donovan Mitchell going to Golden State at a nice age of 22. Trust me, you'll have him at 19, then him at 22. Rudy Gobert on the Pacers. That is such a Rudy Gobert like type location. Low key, good ass center. Not gonna get much publicity, but everybody respects him. Perfect spot for Gobert, I think. Klay Thompson goes to Dallas, and Jimmy Butler to Detroit. Kemba Walker, hey man, Kemba Walker is gonna have to start playing the sax. He's heading his way to Utah, and you got Devin Booker going to Atlanta. Devin Booker, man, that's a sick ass pick right there. John Wall going to Miami. The Nuggets are getting D. Russell, D'Angelo Russell, Bradley Beal obviously going to San Antonio. Jason Tatum going to Milwaukee. You got the Kings getting LaMarcus Aldridge, and you got Julius Randle going to Cleveland. And to make it around, we got Tobias Harris going to Cleveland as well. So it's going to be Julius Randle and Tobias Harris. It's a pretty good team right there. I think Randle's going to say 24, but Harris is going to be 26. Victor Oladipo is going to go with Aldridge to the Kings. It's weird because we've seen him before on teams before. So they might be a playoff team right off the bat. Um, To join Jason Tatum, you got John Collins. That's going to be a good young team. Kuzma joins Beal in San Antonio. Nikola Vucevic is going to join D. Russell. It's going to be a nice offense in Denver. Um, you got the likes of it's kind of similar you see with Jokic, except Jokic I think is still tons better than Vucevic. And you got John Wall with Andre Drummond. You have Devin Booker with Clint Capella. That could be a good team right there. You got Yusuf Nurkic going with Kemba Walker. You got Jimmy Butler and Pascal Siakam. You got DeAndre Ayton joining Klay Thompson. You have Brandon Ingram going to join with Rudy Gobert. You have Donovan Mitchell joining, or sorry, yeah, Donovan Mitchell with Danilo Gallinari. TJ Warren is going to join Luka Doncic, so that should be interesting. You got the Bulls. You got DeMar DeRozan with DeMarcus, so you got DeMar and DeMarcus together, the DeMars, and then CJ McCollum is joining Damian Lillard. That's funny. So yeah, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum end up together again. Zach LaVine is back in Minnesota, folks. He will be with Porzingis. Drew Holiday's back on the Pelicans. He'll be joining Cat. You'll have Al Horford in Washington with Ben Simmons. That should be a good team right away. You got Buddy Hield on the Nets going with Russ. He's got a good shooter added on with us because right now Russ can't shoot with the shit. Karis LeVert in the second round going to join Joel Embiid. You got Lou Williams having a reunited time with reunited time, fucking dumbass. Joining back with the Rockets to play with Nikola Jokic. It's gonna be a good offense. Steven Adams is going to join. I believe Steven Adams is going to join Kyrie Irving. Miles Turner is going to join Paul George in New York. Jarrett Allen going to the Magic to play with the likes of Anthony Davis. Oh, Blake Griffin is going to play with Kawhi Leonard in LA, but he's not going to be on the Clippers. It's going to be Lakers. Kevin Love against the Raptors. Chris Middleton, you got Kevin Love on the Raptors. Who I think Steph Curry's on that team. Clippers will be let you know Chris Middleton and Giannis will be back together with the Clippers. You got Draymond Green going to the Celtics to play with what I believe is James Harden. Domantas Sabonis is going to join the Hornets to play with Kevin Durant, and the Thunder are going to have Montrezl Harrell with LeBron, and then as well as that, you have DeAndre Jordan going to the Thunder, Marc Gasol going to the Hornets, Chris Paul going to the Celtics. That should be a good team right off the bat. He's going to join his man James Harden, so this is really weird to see. Clippers again. He's reunited with the team that drafted him, is Eric Bledsoe. You got the Raptors getting Hassan Whiteside. Valanciunas going to LA. The Lakers. De'Aaron Fox picked up by the Magic. That should be a good team with him and the likes of Anthony Davis and Jarrett Allen. Lauri Markkanen going to New York to play with Paul George and Miles Turner. Marvin Bagley going to Memphis. Nice spot for him. Kyle Lowry. Triple J going to play with Joel Embiid. Aaron Gordon to play with Russ. Should be a high flying team right there. This is interesting, y'all. This is definitely interesting so far. Um, I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. So right now, I'm looking at just the age of these players around here, and I think I. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my God! Do I do this? Do I do the unthinkable and play with Mo Bamba? Do I get Mo Bamba to play with these two right here? It should be that would be really weird, but I mean, I'd rather have Mo Bamba than any of these power forwards right here. And I wouldn't want to have, I mean, maybe an Otto Porter, but even then I could find myself playing with any of these dudes right here at, now that I look at it tomorrow. Ooh, I know who to get next, I think. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my man, because I don't want to play with Isaiah Thomas. I don't want to play with Dragic. I don't want to play with Jordan Clarkson or Emmanuel Mudiay, Reggie Jackson. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger here. I'm gonna play with my man DeJounte Murray, draft him at the end of the third, and I think I'm gonna go with Mo Bamba here. I think so. I think I'm going to up at the same time. Let's see how these centers unfold right here at the any young ages. Like we could see a stretch floor right here, but at the same time, if we had the likes of a Mo Bamba, I mean 7 foot tall, if he can just get better and get bigger, his free throw isn't bad. I mean Tristan Thompson's right there at 27, but I mean a guy who's 19 years old, who's only 3 overall below him. I like the looks of it. Um, I think we go ahead and we're going here. We are here to draft this fucking team for age. Let's get a nice little recap of what happened in the fourth or the third and fourth round, or yeah, towards the end of the Jaylen Brown ended up going, I believe, what? Yeah, before. But I got DeJounte Murray. That's a dude that I just think he's got good promise, and he'll be a nice defensive player with who, like, will be able to travel the court. He's pretty speedy as well, athletic dude. I know I'm being a homer, but I know my fucking roster, folks, and he's a sick defender. He's gonna be good. So it looks pretty sick right there. We're gonna get the likes of, but oh, should be interesting here for sure. Um, we're looking at a small forward right now. And if you ask me, how did this pan out right here? Josh Jackson went to the Suns, son of a bitch. I was looking for him, looking to get him later on. Damn, that's a shame. That is such a shame. I would have loved for that to fall to me. I don't mind having a Terrence Ross, but when I'm really looking at it right here with these players, I don't mind having a little bit of, but at the same time, I could get a Miles Bridges, who's brand new and stuff, rookie, to have him on that team. It should be interesting. When looking at it, though, I mean, you got like Tyreek Evans, stuff like that, and this is when we're going to start seeing maybe a little bit of not caring as much about the age. I don't want to draft anybody in their 30s. I just don't want to at all. I'm really just not interested in it. Hmm, should be. Let's see Miles Bridges' speed. 78, not so bad at all. You got the likes of Derek Jones as well, who's an athletic finisher. Also have Rondé Hollis Jefferson. He's athletic. Yeah, definitely one man fast break. He's got good speed as well. 81 speed. But at the same time, he is 24 years old. I mean, look at that right there. The average age on my team building for the future right there. I really like it a ton. I mean, should I just go ahead and get Miles Bridges and not give a shit about like damn, 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 damn. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Not getting that man. He shoots like 40 at the free throw line. So no shooting guards that I'm liking right now. I think what we do right here, we're in the fifth round, so that means that we're setting ourselves up with um, these dudes. I say we get a Terrence Ross, and then we see who's remaining out of these guys right here. And it appears that, yeah, it looked like Miles Bridges was taken. No, that's Michael Bridges. No, I think Bridges is still there at small forward. Is he? I'm not seeing shit right now, but we'll have to see. It looks like it's well over my head. There he is, right there. He's 20 years old. You also got Karux, but he's also 6'9". I already have Kuzma like that, so to me, it's kind of, you know, get a power forward that I can have come off the bench. Um, hmm. Very weird, very interesting. Interesting for sure to see who I could have that happen with. Um, maybe I'd do that with a veteran player. Have the veteran come off the bench and do some duty. But like, is there anybody later on? I mean, Kevin Knox. Oh, dude, what am I? So there's some young players here at this point that I could like quite a bit. I mean, Korkmaz is definitely a good shooter. Kevin Knox definitely has it in him for potential. Excuse me, sorry boys. But yeah, you got Stanley Johnson. He's a good stretch player or athletic player for sure. Daniel House, gig 'em. But power forwards right here. I mean, you got Ivan Rab, who's shown some promise to come off the bench possibly and be a guy who comes in as a six man for this team. I kind of like that idea. Zach Randolph's going to be gone, so there's no point of wasting a pick on him. A lot of players right here, and to me is that Rab is not going to be available after this round. There's no way in hell that he's available. No, Vaughn lays there. Jordan Bell. Not really liking many of these power forwards though later on. I mean, Robert Williams, that could be an interesting player to have for sure, but I don't know if we'll have the shooters. I mean, maybe actually. Maybe because Terrence Ross is going to be coming off the bench. But I'm looking at it right here, and like, so far, I have this completed right here to where this will be my starting lineup, I think, right here. And, I have two defenders to work well with these three scores. But I think what we'll need is to have a dude come off the bench who's going to be able to wreck shit. And like Kenneth Reed kind of looks like he could be that dude sometimes, but 29 years old, I don't know if I'm going to like that as much. I mean, I'm looking at these ages right here. I mean, Frank the Tank, for sure. I'm looking at a couple of these dudes in this position. I think I can go ahead and comfortably pull the trigger. I think with this dude. So the Bridges, he's 20 years old. Got Kevin Knox right here, who's 19. Let's see his athleticism. So he's got good stamina, speed's pretty good. 6'9", he can run the full court decently well. Also have, I mean, who's got better potential out of these dudes? I think it's Kevin Knox. I'm pretty sure it's Kevin Knox. And when you have Kevin Knox like that, I think we could have a couple dudes who can run the court. I'm gonna get the younger dude. Screw it. I got Kevin Knox in the 6th round. We'll have to see how it pans out in the sake of, yeah, you're seeing these dudes right here stay around here. These older players stay while the younger guys get swooped up underneath them. And yeah, you definitely saw that with the likes. A lot of these young power forwards are getting swept up. And this is interesting. This is interesting. For sure, for sure. So I think, I mean, I'll have the likes of Mo Bamba right there. And I think I can back him up with, because now it's kind of like I can start trying to get a little bit of future out of the way to where I can start getting serviceable guys coming off the bench that I know I can play well with. So I got so kind of looking at a center right now or a point guard. But really, to me, I can start setting it up like to where I think I need a. Hmm, I say so. I think I might need to get a center to where now I can have a serviceable backup who. Damn, Dwayne Dedman, come on. Biombo. Don't mind having Davis Bertans. Not really many guys around his age in this group. Robert Williams already taken up right here. I think if I'm going to play with people that are a little bit older, I don't mind playing with Davis Bertans, but I've also kind of jumped by drafting Kevin Knox right there to where, be really interesting. I think we should go ahead and let's see. So Obama's stamina shouldn't be that bad. I mean, 82. Yeah, screw it. He'll get tired fast. We're gonna have to go with the center right here. I mean, screw it, dude. I think Mason Plumlee is a serviceable center for sure. I mean, these dudes aren't really helping out when it comes to the shooting department. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to play with Bojan, but let's get some Mason Plumlee. I think we also go for the type of player that can play well with these dudes off the bench. And I think what we could have here is, there's a Jeremy Lin, there's a Rajon Rondo. I think what we could do is definitely get a point guard, I think, right now. And, I mean, Barea, Rondo's right there like that. And he's got, I mean, he's, Rondo's Rondo, going to be due to help with my team when it comes to getting down the court and moving around. Dude, screw it. Let's have some fucking fun with Rajon Rondo. He'll help. Let's just, lie to ourselves and say that, the game's going to factor in that he's a veteran and stuff like that. So we got Rajon Rondo in this group. I say now we got to look at power forward because unless we can see ourselves having a player to come off the bench who's going to do well at shooting guard that could be young, but I mean, David West is really old. Ersan Ilyasova is right there, but just not digging it as well. Terrence Jones, you can't go wrong with him. He's pretty solid sometimes. Well, sometimes, but not really liking his, what he's bringing. And I also know that like when all these guys are off, I'm gonna need a power forward who can shoot the ball. And Ersan might be like a perfect example of someone charge card fucking flopping ass. It's funny. David West. So funny that dude's it's terrible. I say, I mean, DJ Wilson's right there. And that's a dude who for sure, I mean, pick and popper, young player. What do we do here? Because there's these dudes that are really good at this, or not really good, you know. I say, when we're looking at it, I say we get an Ersan. Then now, I know who to get at shooting guard. Where is he? Is he gone already? No way. Let's see it. Let's see it. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where he at? Where are you at? Did he get drafted a long while ago? Probably did. Who knows? No way, right? Thon Maker, get the fuck out. Some teams just like to fish hard with some of these players as they go through them, but there's no way that there's a player at 73 overall getting drafted like that. There's no way, right? I'm not seeing where he is. This is weird. It annoys me. Definitely annoys me right there. So Spellman got drafted right there. Patton got drafted. So weird. Yeah, he got. So weird. So let's look at some of these young dudes right here. LiAngelo Ball. I didn't even notice that on my own rolls. Oh, man. That's some funny shit. Got the likes of Danny Green as well. I mean, Eric Gordon. You can definitely set him up with some three. I say, well, let's get some Eric Gordon. Or do we get, let's see, Eric Gordon. So he's 30 years old compared to Bellinger. He's got good stamina. His speed's better. I say we get Eric Gordon. And then we just start getting these dudes and start setting up young dudes with good potential. And I think we do that at positions that we're not so promised on. And I say, make Kenrick, Keinrich, or Kenrick. Troy Williams, nah. Damn. I say right now, let's pull some bullshit. Vince Carter. Had a world pieces in there. Jesus Christ. It's gonna be some old players just because they're Deontay Davis. He did show some promise, for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Last year he was doing that quite well. A player, I love that. I'm gonna leave that in there forever. Hmm. Who do we need? So we got quite a bit of small forward, power forward dudes. Because Kuzma can play 3 and 4. So say with these last bit of dudes. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. I mean, screw it. I'm doing it. There you go, bud. He's on the team. Vince Carter's on the team. And see Kyle Korver too. So that concludes it. Concludes the draft for setting up this franchise. It's going to be a blast, y'all. It's going to be a total ass blast. On behalf of the entire San Antonio Spurs family, I'd like to welcome you to the organization. I'm a straight shooter, but tell you like it is. Here's what I'm expecting from you. This is me talking with Randy Lucas, the owner, who, isn't, the actual fucking owner for the Spurs. Strongly believe that the key to a winning organization is happy players. Don't do anything to upset too many of our players, so we can't keep team morale below 60. Yeah, I will accomplish. I'm in full agreement, sir. Keep the players happy is a huge part of my job, and will do all I can to make sure the morale of the entire team is sky high, like the movie. You've made me happy with that response, and moist. This team can't lose more than 24 games this season. Period. Jesus Christ, dude, you're trying to fucking have me 58 wins this season? Jesus. I'll do what I can, but there are some things that are just out of my control. I gotta tell it as is. Care of what you can and the success will follow. I don't like liars. If you promise a player something, you better keep it. Yeah. My word is stronger than oak. If I promise something, I always follow through. Yeah, well, I hope that's true. Kush's dad from Jerry Maguire said the same thing. Listen, bitch. Those are a bunch of fucking actors. Those are paid liars. Fucking bitch. Now I would like to talk about my wish list for you. Oh, okay, okay. I love quite a few of the studs that should be available in free agency. Clear at least 25 million in cap space so we can make a push to sign some. Ooh. I don't think we'll be the only team trying to do this, so I can't guarantee that we'll be able to do the moves needed to create that much space. It's easy if you focus on trading with teams that are clearly buying in the hopes of winning now. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Dude, okay, you literally just got done telling me that I have to win 24 fucking games, or I can't lose more than 24 games. So I got to sell at 23 home games this season. Well accomplished. I have no doubt in my mind that held that number. It's 23 out of 41 games. Make me proud. I know you can do it. You also you also will have the opportunity to set your budget each year. Please look over the budget now. Oh, if that's the play roll, then yeah. Do you have any questions? Review goals. Start a play. Ooh, $2 million. That's 24 games. How is that? How are you? Do you have any more questions? It's the man right there, Popovich. Let's get this started. Everything seems to be in order, sir. While you're leaving, please let my assistant know that I don't want to be bothered for the next hour, as I am catching up on old episodes of Empire. Ooh, that's hilarious. That is fucking hilarious considering, the Jesse Smollett shit. Yeah, well, guess what, sir? Just like the Roman Empire, that show's starting to crumble. All right, there we go, folks. Let's check these teams out, starting with the 76ers. With your 76ers, it looks like your starting lineup with the 76ers is going to appear to be Joel Embiid at center, Karis LeVert at shooting guard, Triple J power forward, Ricky Rubio point guard, and you got yourself MKG at small forward with SGA as well off the bench. Your Bucks, a team looking for the future for sure. You got Jason Tatum at small forward. You got John Collins at power forward. Dwayne Wade at shooting guard. Definitely not keeping low age on that one. Bam Adebayo at center, 21 years old, and then Dennis Schroeder at 25 at point guard. You also got the likes of Nerlens Noel at center coming off the bench. Trey Burke as well, and Damian Dotson. Your Bulls, you got the DeMar brothers, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan. You got Serge Ibaka, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Jordan Clarkson. You're starting, and yet it appears you have Fred Van Vliet as well. With your Cleveland Cavaliers, you got Tobias Harris with Julius Randle, Marcus Smart, Isaiah Thomas back in Cleveland after such a short start. Strut, whatever the fuck it was. Willie Hernan Gomez and Jalil Okafor as well. And you got C.D. Osman as well on this team. And then your Boston Celtics, you have James Harden, Chris Paul, Draymond Green. I think that so far is my favorite team to win the title so far. That is just my pick because James Harden, one of the top 3 offensive players and players in basketball in general. Chris Paul, Draymond Green, amazing defenders to bring to the table. I like it. You're going to get the likes of Chris Paul and Draymond Green moving the ball around for sure. JaVale McGee, Cody Zeller. You got Taj Gibson. You got DeMarre Carroll, Jeff Green. I'm like the Jeff Green back on the Celtics. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo with the Clippers, Eric Bledsoe, and Chris Middleton. Holy tits. Folks, we got ourselves pretty much Milwaukee moved their way to LA, kind of like you had the Minneapolis Lakers. Fuck that shit. You got yourselves the Milwaukee Bucks settling in LA Clipper country, splitting with Kawhi Leonard. You got Giannis and Kawhi, two of the better players for the next 5 years in this dynasty, most likely, setting themselves up in the Staples Center. It's going to be sick to watch those two battle it out. You got Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Pau Gasol, JJ Barea, Dario Saric. I'm liking this team right here. Memphis Grizzlies, you got Kyrie Irving, you got Steven Adams, Marvin Bagley, like that trio right there. You got Harrison Barnes, Tyler Zeller, Josh Hart. I like in that team with Trey Lyles off the bench. Atlanta, you got Devin Booker, you got Clint Capella, you have Otto Porter, you have Trey Young in Atlanta, baby. Trey Young with the likes of Devin Booker. We're going to have some lights out shooting, but you're probably going to have some shitty defense on the wing because Thaddeus Young's terrible at wing defense, but Clint Capella is going to hold it down low, which is what Atlanta's always been lacking lately. J.R. Smith as well as Nene, and looks like Spencer House is back in Atlanta. Then we got Miami. We got John Wall, Andre Drummond, Gary Harris. That's a pretty nice team. I like it. I like it. I also like Carmelo Anthony on there. Just kidding. And you got yourself the like of Kevon, not Kevin, Kevon Looney, Kenneth Fareed, John Wall, and Andre Drummond. I like it that duo a little bit. You got the Horny Hornets, Kevin Durant, Marcus Gasol, Domantas Sabonis, and Lonzo Ball with Markieff Morris. I'm liking it. Michael Bridges finds himself back in Charlotte. I like Kevin Waiter as well. He can knock down the three for sure. Liking that team. Kemba Walker in Utah with Joseph Nurkic, Jalen Brown, Justice Winslow. That's an athletic team right there besides Nurkic, but I'm liking Brown and Winslow on the athleticism on the outside. Kim Walker's for sure gonna let those two facilitate to him to shoot. And the Kings, Sacramento, the nut Sacramento. You've got LaMarcus Aldridge, Victor Oladipo, Emmanuel Mudiay, Thomas Bryant at center, Richaun Holmes coming off the bench on center, PJ Tucker, BJ Tucker, PJ Tucker, PJ Tucker on this team. You got Jonathan Isaac and Terrence Jones. New York, baby. Alicia Keys, I can hear her and Jay Z right now. Paul George setting things up in New York. It's PG-13 in New York, but honestly, the way he's going to treat some of those players, it might be rated X. You got Miles Turner at center, Laurie Markkinen at power forward. I'm liking that trio for sure, especially like in a year or two when Paul George is at the apex, 30 years old. Miles Turner, 24, Laurie Markkinen, you're going to find both those dudes probably 85, 86 overall with like a 96 overall. Paul George, going to be sick. Jeremy Lamb, Jeff Teague, liking that team for sure. You got the LA Lakers right here. This is going to be a nice setup team right here. I like it. Kawhi Leonard, Blake Griffin on the Lakers. You got Jonas Valanciunas at center, and you got the likes of Reggie Jackson at point guard, and you got Will Barton and Tony Parker. Look at that, Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard band. We're gonna have ourselves some beautiful narratives we'll running through here. Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard. Man, I wish that shit was programmed into the game. We'll have to see how it pans out. Orlando tragic. Might not be tragic anymore because you got AD in town, De'Aaron Fox, Jared Allen, Tim Hardaway, and Michael Porter Jr. That's an athletic, definitely spreading the court right there. They're gonna have problems shooting the three though, for sure. For sure. Dallas, you got Klay Thompson, DeAndre Ayton, Derek No Knees Rose, Andrew Wiggins, and Ed Davis as well, with TJ McConnell and Danny Green and Chandler Parsons back in Dallas. Interesting team. Russell Westbrook, Buddy Hield, Aaron Gordon with the Nets right here, and you got Bogdan Bogdanovich, Kent Bazemore, Jakob Portal, you got Salah Marji, pretty interesting team right here. The Nets, you got the Nuggets right here. You got D. Russell, Nikola Vucevic, Gordon Hayward, Josh Richardson, Austin Rivers, Trevor Ariza. Interesting team right here. Very interesting. In Indiana, you got the likes of Rudy Gobert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Brandon Ingram, Wendell Carter Jr., Evan Fournier, Darren Collison finds himself back in Indy with that Pacers team. And then with the New Orleans Pelicans, you got Cat, Drew Holiday, Jamal Murray. I'm liking that trio right there. Kelly Oubre Jr. You got Jabari Parker as well. Jabari Parker is going to allow some space to definitely let Cat just retain and just keep the floor going right in the just stay at the post and dominate. Liking New Orleans team a little bit, quite a bit. And then Detroit, not liking this team all too well, but they're going to be defensively sound. You got Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam, Dwight Howard, Marcus Morris Sr., Marcin Gortat, Chris Dunn, Alfred Payton. Those two are going to exchange for sure at point guard duties. And you got the likes of Kyle Anderson as well. Pretty good defensively sound team. Steph Curry, Kevin Love, and Hassan Whiteside are highlighting your Toronto Raptors team. That I'm liking this right here with JJ Redick as well, Joe Ingles and Joe Harris. You're gonna have some great 3-point shooting on this team with Hassan Whiteside, kind of trying to set him up like you saw with Dwight Howard in Orlando, except you're gonna get a better cast and well lesser of the player to what Dwight Howard was, of course, in Orlando. Houston Rockets, folks. We got Nikola Jokic, we got Kyle Lowry, and Lou Williams. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm liking those three right there. Gonna be a playoff team for sure. For sure. You got Bobby Portis and then Nemanja Bjelica, and then you got or Belica. God damn it! I don't know why I bossed that so much. You got Tarian Prince, Gerald Green back in Houston. You got not Key but Yon Lean, Dylan Brooks, Swaggy P in Houston. Houston, we will have a problem. And, well, it's definitely not last. And I don't think it's least either. You got yourselves, well, holy shit, DeJounte Murray and Rajon Rondo. Like, god damn, can you two fucking, you're not going to be able to share the court? Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma. Bradley Beal already 89 overall. I'm liking this increase right here. Kyle Kuzma, Rajon Rondo, to teach his man DeJounte Murray how to run some offense as well, because DeJounte Murray is going to play defense like a young Rondo. Terrence Ross, Mo Bamba, Mason Plumlee, Urson Ilyasova, Eric Gordon, Kyle Korver, Kevin Knox, Vince Carter, and Deontay Davis. You got with the Phoenix Suns. You got Damian Lillard. You got CJ McCollum back reunited, but this time in Phoenix to face the sweltering heat. Derek Favors, Willie Cauley Stein, JaMychal Green, Jeremy Lin, Jay Crowder, and Bismack Biyombo in Phoenix. LeBron James finds himself in OKC with the likes of DeAndre Jordan, Montrezl Harrell, DSJ, Dennis Smith Jr., Malik Beasley, some good shooting around him. Dion Waiters back in OKC. Terry Rozier the third as well at point guard, and James Johnson. That's going to be a team to make the playoffs for sure. Defensively, they're sound to play with. DeAndre Jordan down low to play with LeBron. I'm liking that right there. They might be a little less though on the wing, even though they have LeBron though. The people around him. Minnesota, you got Zach LaVine back with Kristaps Porzingis in Minnesota. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay there. Enes Kanter finds himself finally actually playing with fucking Porzingis. Enes Kanter in Minnesota. Rudy Gay in Minnesota, folks. We got Goran Dragic, Dwayne Dedman, DeLon Wright, Thabo Sefolosha, and then Portland, you got Luka Doncic, Mike Conley, TJ Warren. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mike Conley play with Luka Doncic on this team, but I'm digging it already. You got Nikola Mirotic, Zach Randolph back in Portland. Back in Portland is Zach Randolph. You got Ivica or Vitsa Zubac, Alex Len, and Aaron Baines. They just couldn't make up their mind of who's going to start between these three. It looked like they drafted all three of them in a row. Shit. With Trailblazers, Donovan Mitchell on your Golden State Warriors with Danilo Gallinari, Malcolm Brogdon. You're going to see some ball-centric movement with between Mitchell and Brogdon. I'm liking it. With Tristan Thompson, Larry Nance Jr. You got Michael Beasley, RHJ, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, athleticism on this wing, Raymond Felton. Last and definitely not least, though, I'm liking this team defensively, but they're gonna need to have some shooters on the edge, and I think they could be an easy team to guard. But when it comes to defense, this is a sick defensive team, folks. We've got Ben Simmons at point. You've got Al Horford center, Paul Millsap power forward. You got Robert Covington at your small forward. Al Jefferson as well playing the center position. He's going to be able. You could honestly play Al Jefferson, Al Horford, and Paul Millsap at the same time. that because Millsap used to play the 3-2 as well. Marvin Williams, Derek White, go Spurs go. And then you got Wayne Ellington, Jake Layman, and then Quinn Cook. Should be very interesting right here. I'm liking the looks of this, but really, I think right now, if I had to choose between some teams right here, I like the Lakers team. So I'd say top teams, top 5 teams, I'm going to put the Lakers in there. I'm going to put the Rockets in there for top 5 teams. Actually, no, Lakers um, in there for top 5 teams. Let's go ahead and put Kevin Durant and the Hornets up there for top 5 teams, so they're in the top 5. I don't think my Spurs team is in the top 5. We'll have to just wait on them for a year or two for sure. Maybe we can make some noise in the playoffs. Who knows if we can make it? Atlanta's going to have to wait a couple years as well. But so far, I like the Lakers. I like the Hornets. I like the Clippers right here. This is a good Clippers team, I think, set up around Giannis. LA is going to be full of 2 of the better teams in basketball. Celtics are my favorite team to win. You heard it here, folks, for this season. For this season, I think this is their time to win, basically, this year, next year. For sure this year. You got Draymond Green, James Harden, and Chris Paul with the Celtics team. And I do think that lastly, I would probably put the likes of a team that's going to be top 5 in the near future, though, is this next team for sure. But Lakers, Hornets, Celtics, um, forgot the other team, but another team I'm going to put out there, the Steph Curry team right here. Raptors, the last top 5 team for sure. Should be interesting, folks. Should be interesting. Let's see how well we're rated. Hold on. First game will be in Golden State against Donovan Mitchell. Holy shit. We got ourselves the second overall ranked team already. I'm loving it. I hope y'all are going to be loving it. This is some sick, rad ass shit. This is going to be rad, Brad. First game to be tipped off right there. You got Bradley Beal and the Spurs playing Donovan Mitchell and these Golden State Warriors. I'm stoked for it. I hope y'all at home or wherever you're listening to this bullshit, I hope y'all got your popcorn ready, folks, because we're going to set this bitch up quite well. Thanks, y'all. And as always, I appreciate the support. I'm so thankful for it. I appreciate it so much. And as always, y'all, have a good one and be grateful. Thanks. Take care. And hopefully I'll be able to get a video going up for either tonight or tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.